Right now, over 37 million Americans are walking around with damaged kidneys. And the terrifying part? Most of them have absolutely no idea. No pain, no obvious symptoms. Nothing that makes them think something is wrong. And here's what the doctors don't always tell you up front. By the time most people feel kidney disease, they've already lost more than half their kidney function. That's not a scare tactic. That is a documented medical reality. But here's what I want you to understand today. Your body is trying to warn you. It's just using signs that most people, including some doctors, easily dismiss as normal aging. So before you write off that puffy ankle, that weird foam in your toilet, or that relentless fatigue as just getting older, stay right here. Because in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for and what to do about it. Your kidneys are two fist-sized organs sitting just below your rib cage in your back. And every single day, they filter about 200 quarts of blood, removing waste, balancing your fluids, regulating your blood pressure, and even helping your bones stay strong. They do all of this silently, constantly, without a single complaint, until one day, they can't keep up anymore. Now, the reason kidney disease is called the silent killer is not just a catchy phrase. It's because the kidneys have an enormous reserve capacity. They can lose up to 60% of their function and still manage to keep your body running, masking the damage completely. But after a certain point, the warning signs start leaking through. And if you're over 50, if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes or a family history of kidney problems, you need to know exactly what those signs look like. We're going to walk through 7 of them today. Some will surprise you. One of them, number 4, almost nobody connects to their kidneys. Let's start. Warning sign 1, foamy or bubbly urine. I want you to think about the last time you used the restroom. Did you notice anything unusual? Bubbles that stuck around? A foam that didn't disappear quickly? Most people see that and think nothing of it. Maybe they didn't drink enough water. Maybe they just went fast. And sometimes that's true. But when that foam is persistent, when it shows up every single time or multiple times a day, that could be a sign of something called proteinuria. That's protein in your urine. And healthy kidneys are not supposed to let protein pass through. Think of your kidneys like a very fine filter. When that filter develops holes due to damage or disease, protein molecules that should stay in your bloodstream start spilling out into your urine. The protein creates that foam you're seeing. Here's the sobering part. Proteinuria is one of the earliest detectable signs of kidney damage, and it can show up years before any other symptom appears. A simple urine test at your doctor's office can detect it in minutes. If you've been noticing this and ignoring it, please don't ignore it anymore. Warning sign 2, swelling in your ankles, feet, or hands. Now, swelling. Edema is one of those symptoms that gets blamed on everything. I was standing too long. I ate too much salt. It's just my age. And sometimes, those are valid reasons. But here's what most people don't realize. When your kidneys aren't filtering properly, sodium and fluid begin to accumulate in your tissues. Your body can't get rid of it fast enough. And it shows up first, and most noticeably, in your feet, ankles, and hands. The telltale test is something called pitting edema. Press your finger firmly into the swollen area for 5 seconds, then release. If the indentation stays, if there's a visible pit left behind, that's a sign that fluid has built up in a way that isn't just normal fatigue. Now I want you to think about something for a moment. Have you ever had a ring that was loose in the morning but felt tight by afternoon? Have your shoes ever felt fine at 9 a.m. but uncomfortable by 3 p.m.? These seem like small, trivial things, but your body is telling you something, and the kidneys may be at the center of it. And here's what makes this particularly important for people over 50. Heart disease and kidney disease often travel together. What damages one frequently damages the other. If you're dealing with swelling and you're not sure why, this absolutely deserves a conversation with your doctor. Warning sign 3, fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. This is one of the most underestimated and most dangerous warning signs on this entire list. Because fatigue is universal. Everyone is tired. And that's exactly why people miss this. But there is a specific kind of tired that kidney disease creates. And once you hear this, you'll understand why it feels different. It's called anemia of chronic kidney disease. Here's how it works. Your kidneys produce a hormone called erythropoietin, APO, that signals your bone marrow to make red blood cells. When your kidneys are damaged, they produce less EPO. Fewer red blood cells means less oxygen gets carried to your muscles and your brain. The result? A deep, heavy, bone-level exhaustion that doesn't go away no matter how much you sleep. This isn't, I stayed up late, tired. This is, I slept 8 hours and woke up feeling like I haven't slept at all, tired. It's, I used to walk a mile every morning and now I get winded going up one flight of stairs, tired. If this sounds familiar, if rest isn't restoring you anymore, please hear this clearly. That is not just aging. That is a symptom, and it deserves investigation. And now I want to show you sign 4. This one genuinely shocked me when I first learned about it. Most people would never connect this to their kidneys in a million years. Warning. Sign 4, persistent itching with no rash. Here it is. The sign almost nobody connects to their kidneys. You've been itching, not a rash, not a bug bite, not an allergic reaction. Just a constant, maddening itch, often on your back, legs, or arms, with no visible cause. With no visible cause. You've tried changing your soap, nothing helps. Here's what's actually happening. When kidneys fail to filter waste from your blood, a buildup of uremic toxins occurs. These toxins accumulate under the skin and in the tissues, triggering an immune response. And one of the most common results is chronic, widespread itching. Dermatologists call it uremic pruritus. Studies estimate that up to 40% of patients with chronic kidney disease experience this, and the vast majority spend months or years treating it as a skin problem when the real issue is happening inside their kidneys. Think about how many people you know who say they have sensitive skin or dry skin, especially as they get older. Some of them are right, but some of them are being given the wrong answer. If your itching is constant, if it worsens at night, and if it doesn't respond to typical treatments, your kidneys deserve a serious look. Warning sign 5, changes in how often you urinate. This one sounds obvious. Of course, the kidneys affect urination. But the specific patterns here are what most people miss entirely. Are you waking up multiple times a night to urinate? That's called nocturia. And while it can have several causes, damaged kidneys that can no longer concentrate urine properly is a significant one, especially in men and women over 50. On the flip side, are you urinating less than usual? Producing very little urine? That can indicate that the kidneys are in acute or advanced failure. Fluid is staying in your body instead of being processed out. There are also changes in color to watch for. Dark amber or brown urine can signal blood or concentrated waste in the kidneys. And here's something most people never expect to hear. Urine that appears very pale, almost clear all the time can also be a problem. It can indicate the kidneys have lost their ability to properly concentrate waste. Your urine is essentially a report card from your kidneys. If the report card has changed significantly, pay attention to it. Warning. Sign 6, brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and confusion. Here's a connection that will change the way you think about cognitive decline. When waste products accumulate in the bloodstream, because the kidneys can't clear them, those toxins cross the blood-brain barrier. They affect neurotransmitter function. They reduce blood flow to the brain. And the result can look very much like early dementia, or what people casually call brain fog. Memory lapses, trouble concentrating, difficulty finding words in conversation, slower reaction time, confusion that comes and goes. Now, are all of these signs automatically kidney disease? No. But here is the disturbing truth. Kidney disease and cognitive decline are deeply linked, and when kidney function is restored or managed, cognitive symptoms frequently improve. Meaning some people who are being told they might have early dementia are actually dealing with an undetected kidney problem. This is not to alarm you, it's to open a door. If the brain fog is new, if it's getting worse, if it's accompanied by any other signs on this list, please bring all of it to your doctor and ask specifically about kidney function. One blood test, a BMP or a creatinine level, can tell you a great deal. Warning. Sign 7, high blood pressure. That's hard to control. This one is a two-way street, and understanding it could be one of the most important health insights you carry away from this video. High blood pressure damages kidneys, and damaged kidneys cause high blood pressure. It's a vicious cycle, and once it starts, each condition accelerates the other. Here's how. The kidneys regulate blood pressure through a hormonal system called the renin-angiotensin system. When the kidneys are damaged, this system goes haywire, causing blood vessels to constrict and blood pressure to spike. But the elevated blood pressure then sends more damaging pressure through the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys, destroying more nephrons, the kidney's filtering units, which then causes more pressure to spike. If you have been on blood pressure medication for years and your readings are still hard to control, it is absolutely worth asking your doctor, could there be a kidney component here? Because treating the blood pressure without addressing the underlying kidney damage is like mopping the floor without turning off the leaking faucet. And for anyone watching this who is not yet on blood pressure medication but knows their numbers are creeping up, now is exactly the time to act. Not next year, not after the holidays, now. So now you have the signs. Let's talk about what to actually do, because knowing is only half the battle. Step 1. Ask for a kidney function panel at your next checkup. Specifically, ask for serum creatinine, BUN, blood urea, nitrogen, and a GFR, glomerular filtration rate. Your GFR is the number that tells you how well your kidneys are actually filtering. A GFR above 90 is normal. Below 60 for 3 months or more indicates chronic kidney disease. Below 15 is kidney failure. Most doctors include this in a standard metabolic panel, but they don't always flag it unless you ask. Step 2. Ask for a urine albumin to creatinine ratio test. This is the test that detects protein in your urine, the very early warning sign we talked about. It's simple, inexpensive, and it can catch damage years before it becomes serious. Step 3. Control what you can control. If you have diabetes, manage your blood sugar as tightly as possible. Every spike in blood sugar damages those tiny kidney filters. If you have high blood pressure, treat it aggressively and consistently. If you smoke, this is non-negotiable. Smoking directly constricts blood flow to the kidneys and is one of the leading contributors to kidney disease progression. Step 4. Watch your pain reliever use. This is one doctors don't always emphasize enough. NSAI seeds, ibuprofen, naproxen, aspirin at high doses, taken regularly over months or years, can cause significant kidney damage. If you rely on these for chronic pain, please have a conversation with your doctor about kidney-safe alternatives. Step 5. Stay hydrated, but don't overdo it. Mild to moderate dehydration forces your kidneys to work harder. Aim for pale yellow urine as your daily target. But if you already have kidney disease, your doctor may actually limit your fluid intake, so follow their specific guidance. Here is the truth I want to leave you with today. Kidney disease is one of the most underdiagnosed, underdiscussed, and most preventable serious health conditions in America. It is not glamorous. It doesn't get the awareness campaigns that cancer or heart disease gets, but it quietly affects 1 in 7 American adults. And the people most at risk are exactly the ones watching this right now. The signs we cover today are not rare. They are not obscure. They are things that millions of people are experiencing at this very moment and dismissing as just aging. Foam in the toilet, puffy ankles, exhaustion that doesn't lift, itching with no explanation, changes in urination, brain fog, stubborn blood pressure. Individually, any one of these might be nothing. But together, or even alone if they're persistent, they are your body raising its hand and saying, please pay attention to me. The good news, and I want you to hold on to this, is that early-stage kidney disease can be slowed, managed, and in some cases reversed with the right intervention. The window of opportunity is real, but it requires catching it before the damage becomes irreversible. So do this. Share this video with someone you love who is over 50. Ask them to watch it. And then call your doctor and ask for that kidney function panel. It could be the most important phone call you make this year. Take care of those kidneys. They've been quietly taking care of you your entire life. Like us, subscribe, talk to your doctor, not just your search engine.